Hi, everybody, and welcome to today's webinar, the 20-Minute PPC Work Week. My name is Michelle, and I'm just here to get things started before I pass things off to today's presenters. So for just a couple of event logistics for today, you will receive an email following the webinar that has a recording of the presentation along with the slide deck. So you can feel free to share that with your colleagues, maybe your clients, whoever, and you show them a little bit about what you went over today. And then another just housekeeping item, we will have lots of time for question and answers at the end of the presentation, so definitely don't be shy, submit those questions. And we also encourage you to be vocal on Twitter, so you can take it to hashtag PPC20. And also, for today's lineup, we have a really solid agenda. We'll be going over who WordStream is, why we're the best at understanding your business, how we help agencies of all varieties, and what specific strategies you can start using ASAP to make your lives easier. And it is my great pleasure to introduce today's experts. We have Sean Cruz. Sean has over 9 years of experience in PPC. He's a certified AdWords professional, and he's an agency team lead here at WordStream. We also have Jeff Walsh, who's a senior agency account executive here at WordStream. He has over 4 years of experience in PPC, and he's also a certified AdWords professional. So you all are in very good hands today.
Very nice to meet all of you. Thanks so much for joining us today on the webinar. We're going to go over some pretty exciting stuff.
Hey, everybody.
Awesome. So before I pass things off to our experts here, we're just going to ask you a couple questions just so that they can get to know you a little bit and really cater today's material for everybody who is on the webinar. So our first question is, which best describes you? So are you an agency owner? You manage PPC accounts. Are you an agency owner and having employees who manage PPC accounts? Are you a manager who oversees a team of PPC specialists? Or are you an employee solely managing PPC accounts? Or an employee managing PPC accounts among other tasks? Guys, you have any guesses for what we're going to see today?
I think we'll probably have a lot of owners on with us, but I could be wrong. That's my original inkling.
No, I have no guesses. It just kind of goes to show you how unique agencies are and how many different types of roles and hats people can wear.
All right, let's take a look at these results. Okay, so all right, we got a pretty even split here, but we do have a majority of employees managing PPC accounts amongst other tasks. So we've got some time management strategies that can definitely help you out. Okay, now one more question. Do any of the following hold you back from achieving your PPC goals? Let's see this. So, is it bandwidth, results and efficiency, the pitch process, expertise, or none of the above? Any guesses this time, guys?
Based on the majority of the people it sounds like we have here, I would imagine that efficiency is going to be a big one, but I'm not 100% sure there.
Okay, let's see. All right, so yeah, efficiency beats it.
We hear that a lot, so I'm not surprised to see that, and we'll be able to cater the call quite a bit today around that to help you folks out.
Awesome. And then we've got one more question here before we kick off, and that is, which area of your workflow causes the most headaches? Is it keyword management, ad copy optimization, bid management, prioritizing where to spend your time, or is it reporting? So go ahead and select which one of those is best for you.
To kind of coincide with everything, I'm guessing that D is going to be the number one, but we'll see.
Okay, give Ramani a second here. We've got a couple more coming in. Oh, wow, we've got pretty good split here.
All right. Well, the good news is we've got solutions to help out with all of these, and I'm really excited to show you how we can do that moving forward. Thanks for running these questions, Michelle. They're all really good and hit really big time on who our audience is and we have on the call today.
Awesome. Okay. So with that, I will let our experts take it away.
Well, thanks again, guys, for jumping on the call. This is Jeff. I guess I'll give you a really high-level overview of who we are and what we do and how we help agencies out. So as Michelle had alluded to, I've been working with agencies exclusively for over 4 years. What our software is designed to do is make your life really easy while generating the best possible results for your clients. So a lot of the folks who are on the call today are employees who manage PPC accounts, among other tasks. We also had a lot of business owners on here, so I would imagine that you folks are pretty spread thin as well. And it seemed like efficiency is going to be the biggest thing that you guys wanted to focus on. So what the software does at a super high level is analyzes all of the data that's taking place in each one of your accounts, tells you exactly what you need to do, and then makes it super easy for you to optimize, allowing a lot of bulk editing features that aren't available in your regular AdWords workflow. So at a really high level, that's what we do, and what we hope to accomplish today. We can show you how we can help do that.
All right, so just getting a little bit more specific, we have a specialized team here at WordStream that works specifically with agencies because you guys are so unique in terms of the business model. So we totally get that, you know, all you guys are different. You may offer a lot of other services. You may have a line of sight to a lot of different opportunities. For instance, you know, efficiency came up in that survey. So we know that if there's an efficiency issue, it either means that, you know, we could be sacrificing in other areas of the services that we provide, or we could be doing more for our clients, or as an agency owner, there's opportunity to make things more profitable and maximize the bandwidth a little more so you can manage more accounts without hiring people. So on that note, we're very accustomed in helping in all these areas by minimizing the amount of time that it takes to get really, really good results to keep clients happy and on board and coming back and hopefully maybe even spending more money. We're able to maximize your bandwidth. We're able to help you do all those things like the ad copy optimization, those things that sometimes fall through the cracks, maybe restructuring accounts, things of that nature. So you can make this not only, you know, the biggest and best offering for you and your clients, but also maximize the bandwidth so that you can, you know, really get the most out of the current headcount as well. Just a quick high-level overview of some of the tools that we provide to help you do that, and then we're going to dig into a few and give you guys a workflow that you can start implementing right away on a weekly basis to get really great results. But really quickly, full service, like what we're aiming to do is to deliver something for every aspect of what it takes to deliver a really efficient and strong PPC offering and build that revenue stream. So we've got a client center that helps you prioritize which accounts need work. We've got a 20-minute work week which helps you prioritize which areas of your client accounts need attention each week. We've got a call tracking service that helps you capture all of the value that you're providing to your clients while, you know, giving the ability to drive more phone calls by understanding what's driving them. Once we're doing all that great work, let's make sure the client understands how important we are to their business with reporting. And then we've also, and these are some new features that we recently launched, we've got a dashboard to do more. So beyond the 20-minute work week, now where do I go and where are the areas of my account that need attention? We know that that's something a lot of people struggle with, so we've got some tools for that as well.
Awesome intro, Sean. So now we're going to take a deep dive into all of these, show you pretty much how everything works and how we can help out. The first area that we're going to focus on is our client center. Now, this is a newer tool for us. We've made it much more robust than it's been in the past, so I'm really excited to discuss this with you guys. One of the biggest issues that I hear when I talk to folks is, how do I prioritize which account I'm going to work on first, or if at all, this week? And that's been a huge problem. So what we've done is we've created a list of all of the accounts that you manage in your MCC in WordStream. So you have all of your accounts over here on the left, and what our tool is going to do is analyze all of the data that takes place, pick off the biggest metrics that you're going to be looking at, and tell you which accounts are performing well versus or underperforming versus those metrics in different periods of time in comparison of the same range. So if CPA or cost per click is really important to your clients, you can prioritize which accounts need the most attention based on letting us do all of the data analyzation for you. So if you've only got time to get in and manage 1 or 2 accounts today, let's look at the ones that you need to do so ASAP based on the metrics that's going to be most important to you guys and most important to your clients. So every single time you log into WordStream, you'll be able to see this dashboard and have a much better understanding on how you're going to prioritize your day and your week moving forward.
Yeah, one thing I would add there is you guys can probably see the green, red, and yellow bars. We've actually, a lot of our clients were telling us, I have a really hard time just kind of managing spend and tracking spend across my accounts every month. So we implemented this to help you identify which accounts are pacing, which aren't, which need attention, because for any of you agencies out there who are charging a percentage of spend, we know we definitely want to spend up to that client's budget every month, but we definitely don't want to go over. So that was a feature that was built in specifically based on, you know, agency requests. All right, moving on. So we talked about being efficient, and to be efficient, we absolutely have to have a concrete workflow. We need to know we're going to do this for all of our clients, or for, you know, X and Y clients every single week, and we need to be able to do it as fast as possible. So what we're going to show you here is the workflow that we know is tried and true, that is going to deliver great results as long as we're doing it regularly and not missing any opportunities in these areas. So we're just going to highlight a few of these areas for you guys, starting with adding negative keywords. So what we want to do is we want to make sure that we are on top of all of the queries coming through for our client accounts, and just identifying the things that people are searching that are driving clicks and spending money that are not resulting in any return for our clients. We want to make sure that we're cutting out anything that is wasteful, so we can reinvest it towards the things that are working at the best possible cost.
On the flip side, what we're also going to do is go through that same search query data. So instead of you guys leafing through thousands of lines of query data to identify negatives and really good keywords to add into the account across however many clients you're managing AdWords for, let us do the heavy lifting for you. So what we look at here with adding keywords back into the account, if I asked all you guys this question, I'm sure the answer would be yes, probably 95% of the time, but a lot of your clients are going to be in really competitive verticals. And if you bid on, you know, generic keywords, like let's say you had a lawyer that was a divorce attorney, okay? And if you bid on the keyword divorce attorney, it's a pretty generic keyword. The cost per click on those keywords is going to be through the roof due to the competition level. So what our tool does is it identifies the way that your clients' customers are actually searching for their business, picks it off from the query report for you, and has you bid on them directly based on looking at 2 very important metrics, click-through rate and conversion metrics. So if we see these really good long-tail keywords that are ultra-specific to your account that are performing well based off of click-throughs and conversions, let's go ahead and bid on them directly. This is going to alleviate the competition level, get your clients the boss page position, and lower their cost per click and cost per lead across the board.
Yeah, also all of these steps in the next one, very important to managing to a good quality score, which is going to, you know, really drive return for your client. But moving on to the next step, so we've cut out not only wasted spend, but wasted impressions. We've added better keywords that carry hopefully a higher degree of intent and are less competitive. Now let's make sure that our ads reflect those better keywords, the way that people are searching for whatever it is your client does. And what we do is we just pull the poorest performers across the entire account every single week and try and help those beat the best accounts. All right. You guys mentioned ad copy optimization as a big challenge. One thing that we've seen is in the transition to ETAs. That is something that it takes time that you need to set aside to do work outside of your normal workflow. So we've seen, first of all, people who are doing it have a lot of success, but a lot of people, just struggle to get to it. All those, all of you on this webinar who manage other things as well, it's very hard to kind of get to those things. And that's actually an alert now in this 20-minute work week. We'll make sure that none of your ads are on standard text ads. If there's a poor one there, we'll automatically push it into the ETA format and make sure you're following the best practices.
Yeah, it's been really important for click-through rates, which is going to be the #1 factor for your quality score, but then also conversion metrics for your clients, to get these switched over to the ETA with robust call to action. And our tool is essentially just going to be able to help you do that for you and make it so that everything is formatted appropriately, which will get the best return for all of your clients. One issue that I hear from a lot of folks that takes them a whole bunch of time is being able to get a really robust bid strategy in place for their clients. And obviously we had referenced hitting your monthly budgets, make sure that we can do that. Our software has got some pretty slick tools here that's going to really alleviate any time constraints that you run into right now with bidding. So what we have you do is set up bid goals and rules in the software, and then what our platform does is it analyzes all of the data in coordinates with those goals that you've set forward and tells you what you need to do to scale your bid up and down to be able to hit those goals. So say, okay, X, Y, and Z keyword here we can scale up to make sure that we're hitting our goals. For these other keywords, we should scale down. The beauty of our tool is that we'll never tell you guys to spend more money. What we'll look at is say, okay, here's our budget. Let's get the most out of it. We've got some ability with the amount of waste that we can cut out with some of the negative keyword research that we do to put some muscle behind keywords that are working. And then for other ones, we can scale back if they're not working out so well. And we do this every single week for every single one of your clients.
All right, next step, and some of you mentioned this earlier, is managing keywords. How many keywords do you have across all your client accounts, right? Like there's thousands and thousands of keywords that some of you are managing. So analyzing all of them, finding the poorest performers, and backing off the things that aren't converting or are converting at the highest possible cost is really what this step in the process is all about. So we just bring across your entire account the poorest performing keywords that are driving the least ROI for your client, and we want to help you, back off of these however we can. However we can save some money here, we'll be able to reinvest that money towards the things that are converting at the best possible cost in order to maximize that client's budget through the bidding tool.
All right. The last step that we do in our 20-minute workweek alert-based system is we identify duplicate keywords in the account. And oftentimes you might think to yourself, I don't have any duplicate keywords in my account, I think we're all good there. You'd be surprised how many are actually in the accounts, and I see them pretty much every time I log into our software to review campaigns with clients. So if you have keywords that are located in different ad groups that have the same match type, we'll pick those off and have you put one of them on pause. Reason being there is that if you have two keywords that are bidding on with the same match type, you're essentially adding another client to the auction. So you're bidding against yourself and driving up the price for your clients, which obviously you don't want to do. So we'll just pick those off. Ideally, this alert only populates once for you, but it's really important to make sure that you're maximizing the profit for all of your clients. So after we do all of those actions every single week, what it's going to do is boost up the click-through rates across the board for every single one of your clients. And when you boost up the click-through rates, by definition, you boost the quality scores in all of your clients' accounts. And they get those quality scores, they get the boss page position with a really low cost per click and cost per lead. So what we want to do is show them how well they're doing in a nice, clean, easy-to-use report. Now, we asked all of our agency clients when we were designing our reporting dashboard, like, what are you guys looking for in a reporting tool? What's going to be really important to you guys? Now, efficiency was obviously going to be one of them, and that's something that's going to be important to all you folks based on the answers that you gave. So we formulate these reports for you every single time you log into the software. But what the reports do is they're really easy to read, infographic style, that hit on key core metrics that your clients care about. A lot of times your clients aren't going to be, AdWords savants, and they're not going to know certain things like geo-targeting and things along those lines. So all they're going to want to know is how much money did I spend, how many conversions did I get, and what was my cost per conversion. So those are the kind of metrics that we hit on in really easy to read formatting. You can shoot this over to them. It's completely white label, so you can put your logos, your clients' logos. You can dress them up however you want. It's all custom date range, so if your client needs like weekly or bi-weekly, monthly, quarterly, whatever it is, reporting, you can set them up that way. And then if certain campaigns are really important to your clients, then you can get really granular and report at the campaign level and shoot those over to them as well. Everything saves in here for you folks, so whenever you log into the tool, you'll see a brand new report in the formatting that you like it in.
Yeah, I think like agencies, a lot of clients are different too. We totally understand that. So that's why there's a lot of flexibility in here, but ultimately what this is about is communicating how important you are to their business. We want to make sure we're doing that proactively. And one of the things that I love, and a lot of the agencies that I talk to love about this report, is it lets them know how much work you're doing in their account every month. Every client I talk to feels like their clients have no idea how much work actually goes into effectively managing their PPC accounts. So we want to communicate that to your clients as well to make sure they understand that that the money that they're paying you to get all this great return out of their budget is well worth it, and that's what kind of keeps clients on, maybe expands the lifetime value of that client for agencies.
On the left-hand side of the screen here, too, is our call tracking dashboard. So at the beginning of the call, we referenced that we can set up call tracking for you folks. It's a really robust system that we have. It's keyword-level tracking, the name of the individual who called your client, the time, the date, the duration, the campaign, ad group, keyword, and match type that generated the phone call. You can also record all of the calls to shoot over to your clients. So it's a really robust system for those who have lead gen clients that really focus on getting phone calls. You want to be able to show your clients, we're getting you guys a ton of calls and here's where they're coming from. But for you guys, it's also really important to know where those calls are coming from too, because it's going to be imperative for you to know that knowledge to really run a robust bidding strategy. And again, we can help you out with that stuff as well. Okay. The last part of our tool, I'm sure if you guys have followed us, you've heard of our performance grader. This is actually a white label tool that you can use that's great for prospecting when you come on board with us. Essentially what it does is it gives you an entire account audit and a clean, easy to read report in a matter of seconds. So it's great for prospecting so you can identify pain points and areas of concern in the client's accounts. Like I say, in a matter of seconds, you can white label this and shoot it over for your presentations. It's been an excellent tool so far for all of our clients. And even if you just want to run it for your own internal campaign, you can do that as well. Get an understanding on where you should be focusing on a little bit better.
Yeah, again, a free tool available on our website now for anyone. When you're a client, we give you the power to white label it, to incorporate this in your pitch process, and really streamline that as well.
Awesome. Okay. Well, that was a ton of really, really great info, and we did get a bunch of questions throughout the way, so we'll definitely shoot those over to our experts and get those answered for you all. In the meantime, though, while we get to that, we do have one more special offer for you all, and a couple of different options here, and you can choose which one is best for you. We offer a live demo of our WordStream Advisor software. Maybe you want a one-on-one AdWords assessment with an AdWords certified consultant like Sean or Jeff, or maybe you don't want any free assistance with your AdWords account. So go ahead and select which one of those works best for you, and while you do that, I will shoot some questions over to our experts. Okay, so first question. One guest on the line says, I'm confused. So is WordStream just for AdWords or other platforms as well?
It's a really good question. So it focuses on AdWords. The software is also cross-platform with Bing. So you can run both your AdWords and Bing campaigns in the software. What's really cool about this is that it requires you to not have multiple logins anymore. So everything's housed under one roof. And then you can make bulk edits into your AdWords and Bing campaigns. So as an example, if you found a negative keyword that was showing up in AdWords, obviously you wouldn't want that to be showing up in Bing either. With one click of your mouse, you can bulk edit the negative into both platforms, so it negates the need for you to do it multiple times. And then we also do offer a Facebook component as well, so you can run your Facebook campaigns through our system too.
Great question. Keep them coming. This is my favorite part of our webinar.
Awesome. Okay, so we have another question. This guest on the line is a small agency, 3 clients. Can this still help them?
Yeah. I mean, really what this is about is taking the things that everyone needs to do to effectively manage an AdWords account and deliver great results, and just shrinking the amount of time down that it takes to the bare minimum, so that now we can work on other areas of our agency, or take on more clients, or maybe we're not able to. Those agency owners who are on here, who are probably the ones who need to be client facing as well, and going out and finding new clients. Whatever, you're probably more valuable to the agency when you're not in the weeds of your AdWords accounts. So it's just all about kind of freeing you up while delivering the great results, and just making you and the employees and everybody more valuable to the agency.
Yeah, what's cool about our system here is that I talk to folks that manage 1 account, and then I talk to folks that manage 500 accounts. And it can be really valuable for both, for the efficiency for the larger folks, and then the efficiency and the ability to grow for the other folks as well. So it really works for agencies of all sizes.
Awesome. Okay, and we have another question regarding conversion. So how and what does this tool track as a conversion?
Yeah, it's a good question. So the way that our conversion tracking works would be similar to the way that you've got it set up in AdWords. So whatever you're counting as a conversion through AdWords gets pulled into our system, and that's how we track the conversions as well. So if you have form fills or time on page or clicking to certain links on the site counted as conversions, then we will count those as conversions in our software as well. Another cool offering that we have too, which we didn't really talk too much about, a lot of times when folks come on board with us, like let's say you have a new client, or maybe there's just not a lot of clarity on what's actually being tracked in AdWords as a conversion, we've got an entire team that you can work with here to work just on that, to make sure that we can get proper conversion metrics in place. It's obviously going to be really important for you guys to be able to show those to your clients, but then also for the bidding as well. So whether it's you're tracking them right now, we'll pull them in. If you're not tracking them, we'll help you get those set up.
Yeah, I mean, there's even strategic guidance available to talk about what should conversions be for this client. What should we set as a goal?
Awesome. Our next question, we have someone who's very excited about the reporting features and thinks that it will be a huge relief to them. But they were just asking if you could elaborate a little bit more about what kind of reports they're able to share and produce from the tool, and how they can customize them.
So yeah, the reports can be completely customized based on like what data you want to show to your clients. So some things are going to be really important to some clients and then not so important to others. So you can pretty much customize it however you like based off of that data. And then again too, in terms of like getting your logos and really dressing it up to make sure that it's yours, it's completely customized that way. And everything saves the way that you did it the first time. So it negates the need for you to go through and dress up these reports every single time you log into our product. they'll just save the way that you had done it previously and really make it look like they're your own. So the client has no idea that you're working with a third-party provider.
Gotcha. This question is a little bit more general, but this person is just wondering, how long should they wait before they make a call if they need to adjust a bid?
Well, really, that's kind of a tricky question because it's going to really be dependent on the budget and how large the client is. So, if your client has a really small budget, there might not be enough click volume in like a week or two in order to switch the bid around. If you've got a really big client and they have a large budget, then there could be a ton of volume on those keywords, which would warrant a bid change. The good part about our tool is, like I say, it's all goal-oriented. So we take your goals and then make the bid recommendations based off of those goals. And we don't make suggestions just for the sake of making the suggestions. So if a keyword doesn't warrant a bid change for that particular week, then we let it ride. The only real defense that you have against Google is going to be data. So if we don't have enough data to back up our recommendations, then we won't make the recommendation.
Yeah, and the other thing I would say, like the shortest answer possible to that question is, once you have enough data to warrant a change, however long that is, like we want to make data-driven decisions when it comes to bidding.
Okay.
So we had somebody else ask a question about if they had a campaign that was suspended. So if you have a campaign that's suspended, obviously it's not active at the moment. What we can do is pull in the data from those particular campaigns so that you can see the structure, but you obviously wouldn't be able to run those campaigns anymore because they're suspended, or at least until you get them off of suspension. So you can like see them in our product, but you obviously wouldn't be able to optimize them for the same reason that you wouldn't be able to optimize them in AdWords because they're currently suspended right now. So like the way that our system works is like a pretty good rule of thumb is that everything that you see in AdWords is what you see in our product. They essentially mirror each other. Our tool sits on top of Google's, and then you just use our tool as a workflow tool to optimize the entire account, whether it's putting a keyword on pause, changing a match type, adding a negative. You essentially just do everything right from within our tool, and then it posts into AdWords.
Yes, we had another question too. How long should you wait before giving the axe to an underperforming keyword?
I love the terminology.
Very much like Jeff's answer, it depends, and I think this really, this is inherent to PPC. There's this science side of it, which is what the software really looks to address from a data perspective, what's working, what's not. And then there's the art. It depends on the client, depends on the industry, depends on a lot of things, but, I think it would depend how poorly it's performing. You can always bid down, right? You don't necessarily have to cut things out, but what we want to do, and this is the name of the game, is just to make sure we've got, the knobs and dials turned in such a way that we're putting the maximum horsepower behind the things that are resulting in not only conversions, but at the best cost. And if we can quantify the quality of those leads as well, we want to be, chasing those, high intent carrying leads at the same time. So I would probably personally be bidding down and watching it, and then, depending on how long the account's been running, I would I would cut it eventually if it were doing absolutely nothing for me.
The biggest takeaway for me over these last couple of questions is you can see that there's like so many variables that go into managing individuals' accounts. No account's going to be the same, no clients are the same, and even clients that are in the same vertical, they're not going to be the same. And that's why having a tool that analyzes data and works in coordinates with your goals is really important, just because you can't run one account the same way that you're going to run another account.
Gotcha. Okay, well, we have time for just one more question, and this comes from someone on the webinar today who really loved the screenshots of what our software looks like, and they are wondering if there is an option for them to try it. Do we have a trial? And if so, what does that trial entail? What does that look like?
Yeah, it's a free 7-day trial, so I would encourage everybody to go in and at least check it out. you'll see all the tools that, that we went over today, but they'll be working in conjunction with your data that you're familiar with. So you'll have a much better understanding of, okay, yeah, this is actually a really good tool for me and my client, or no, this isn't a tool that I like at all, and I'm not going to use it moving forward. So I would encourage everybody to do it. It's free, no obligation. You're essentially just going to bring the account in, run it through the system. After the 7 days, you know, we no longer have access to it. It's just giving us read-only for 7 days, essentially. So I would go ahead and check it out. If you'd like to, you can contact us. I know that was one of the options if you wanted to do a demo. A lot of times, there's a lot of tools in there that are like really agency specific. And if you're not familiar with how the platform works, it's helpful to sit down and work with somebody like us. Like we only work with agencies, and we can just show you how everything works there. But yeah, that's just right on our site. It's a free 7-day trial. You can go check it out whenever you like.
I think even with the trial, a lot of people learn stuff that they didn't know about their accounts. So there's stuff going on in your account that you may not be aware of. The trial is a good way to just to test that out, see what you find.
Awesome. Great. And as Sean and Jeff mentioned, you can get access to the trial, or if you wanted to sign up for a demo and you're not too sure about it right now, you can always head to our website where you'll have the option to do any and all of the above. You can also access that free performance grader on our website. So lots of great things there that you can continue to follow up with WordStream after today's webinar. So that just about does it for our time today. Like I said, you'll receive an email following up the webinar with a recording as well as a slide deck and lots of links to get you to our site and all the different options that we have for you. So thank you to our two presenters, and thank you to you all for joining us, and we hope to see you on another WordStream webinar soon.
Thanks a lot, guys. Don't hesitate to reach out if we can talk specifics with anyone. We're happy to help.
Yeah, thanks for your time. Thanks for coming on board.